I jumped in a flight, just chasing daylight all over again. I'm right above it now, learning to love it now all over again. She said I'll come around before we land with everything you need to understand.
Number one. No, we were there. Oh, it was actually, it got hysterical because we were up till like 9 in the morning.
Yes.
Together, Shail and Paul and I.
Shail's direction, which was amazing because he had some production tricks of, you know, sharing with us where it's like, you know, if we do it this way, and you have to see the movie, and try to catch these little nuances that make it seem seamless from one scene to another. And that's what we were trying to achieve. And if you don't catch it, that doesn't mean you've missed it. It's just that we've done our job. That's the best compliment that we could have. You should guys keep that in the real way. Okay. But cut that part out, the end part, right?
Fine, go, get out of here, you stupid piece of shit!
Cassidy,
F***ing asshole!
I can't hear you.
Fine, go, get out of here, you f***ing asshole, you stupid piece of shit, you awful f***er.
Cass,
Fine, go, get out of here, you stupid piece of shit, you f***ing asshole, you... We don't need you or your f***ing money. Get out of here. Go!
Actually, it's, you know, it depends so much on the story, because whenever I, you know, think of any, you know, on-camera effects or editing effects, it's you know, it's always something to do with the story. You know, I would not do something which has, you know, which is irrelevant to story just to make my movie, you know, look good or feel good. You know, so that scene was, you know, the character Anna Rosa in itself. The problem with that character when I was writing it is the second half of the film, she's always alone, you know, and when a character is alone, it's not easy if that character is not interacting with other people, right? So there need to be something which actually convey what's happening, you know. So just by showing, you know, simple transition sometimes does not solve what you're trying to basically say, because transition also shows change, you know. So it totally depends on you how you want your people to see that change, that transition, you know, how interesting you can make it. So whenever I show some kind of, you know, the trick, there was a trick when she's flying in the air, you know, and I exactly knew what kind of music I was looking for, you know, and what kind of feel I wanted and how I want the audience to feel about it, you know. And the funny thing is, it's a very nice looking, you know, things are vanishing, and it's a very neat looking scene. But the thing is very emotional at the same time, you know. And it's not because only how it looks or how it's been written. It's the romance between the story, the sound, the character, the situation, everything combined together makes it so emotional, right? So it can never be one thing, you know. And I love the way, you know, Paul did the music, because his expertise is the compositions he do. I don't know, he has some God gift. Whatever he plays on the piano, it just, you know, it's so emotional, and he's lovely with his composition, and he's a genius in piano. So, yeah.
With Shail's production techniques, I was inspired by that scene. And it was amazing when we were sitting together, we were able to capture the feel with his direction when he was with me. And what was the most important thing was the heartbeat of that scene. And as his edits were moving, I was able to lock into his vision with the music. And that was the marriage of an amazing scene. And I think that was probably the communication that we had together, that we created it together.
And the pace is so important, right? Whether it's music or the movie, even to tell a story, it's, you know, sometimes it's not about just cutting things, you know, just random cutting things. It's about the pace you're cutting things, you know, the pace you're cutting visuals to. Because you want a specific pace to, and similar with the music, you want a similar pace. and that's where the music direction comes in. And Paul was great. I think, and I love his piano. Like he's good with everything though. He's a genius, but I love his piano skills. And so I just told him, let's play. And he kept playing. Whatever he played, I loved it. I usually never get inspired with other visuals and other directors, but this time, because it was a need for the time, it's something I picked up from one director from actually South Indian film industry, not even Bollywood. It's a guy who uses a lot of these kind of shots in his own movies. My filmmaking is very different than him. There's no way. But yeah, at that point of time, I thought it would be a little fruitful to do something like that. Yeah, so it was that was something was never planned. There are few things, almost, most of our scenes or shots I've taken, a lot of shots you'll see were pre-planned. Because I'm a guy who would plan my editing when I'm writing. I would write my camera behavior when I'm writing my script. If you're a writer-director, your job is to, when you're writing a script, you need to have your camera behavior, because camera is a perspective, how you want people to see your movie. And that's the perspective, right? So I always write my, the way I want to shoot the whole movie. It's my head, it's always there. And the same way editing is there.